listen, if you love to do it enough, you'll do it for free forever.
Right.
You know.
And was it around this time then that you got sponsored by GoPro?
Yeah, there was about a year of filming myself just with the GoPro before I got sponsored by them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so why did you go straight into just, continue to do that, make that a career? What happened there that you went from that to now going to school for engineering? I mean, how does that happen?
Well, I realized that nobody was paying a ton of money for these GoPro videos when I'm 16, 17 years old. And I realized I sucked at high school. I graduated high school with a 1.4 GPA, just snuck by. And I didn't know what I was going to do for a career. Okay. Everybody else was taking their tests and going to college and like getting into these schools, and everyone else was moving away from Kakana. And I'm like, dude, what am I going to do with my life that like I'm excited about? I need to be excited about it. I can't do something for the money. And so then always building, being in a dirt biking and BMX, I always built the jumps. Like we'd run them Nards and get all the 2x4s and plywood, and we'd build these jumps. And I always knew I loved to build things with my hands. Okay. So I went to the local tech school and I took this like acuplacer that really showed that I loved, reconfirmed that I loved to build stuff with my hands. And they were like, you should do the prototype design like engineering program. I think that would be really good for you. So I'm like, well, that sounds cool, and like I'll make some money and like I'll be able to be really good at it. And it was like first day of college, I'm like, this is exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
So when video wasn't an option at that time, going to film school wasn't even a thought to me, because I didn't ever really want to do like movies necessarily. I always wanted to stick more in like the action sports. So when I saw that I could build something with my hands and do more engineering and building, I thought that was more of a career than like shooting a movie.
Okay. And we're talking about right after high school you go into college then?
Exactly. Yeah, that was a two-year program out of Green Bay at NWTC.
All right. And I find it very curious. You said you didn't do too well in high school.
Terrible.
But you're going into engineering. I mean, that's math. Right. So I mean, how did you do with all of that kind of stuff? I get the hands on. You already kind of gravitate towards that, but now you got to actually add in the education portion of that.
Right.
How did you do with that?
Well, I sucked at the core classes for the like English and all those other classes, but I killed it on like the machining, and the program was so weird, and that's why I think I gravitated to it. It wasn't a lot of classroom time. It was a lot of, here's how you run a machine, here's how you paint a part, here's how you print with like 3D printers.
Right.
It was all that hands-on stuff, and that's like the exact way that I learned.
Okay.
So it was nice because like I'm the worst at tests. I can't read a book. I can hardly read. I can't read a book and then take a test on it. I just don't learn that way. I learn by pushing buttons on a machine or physically doing it myself and messing up time after time until I get it perfect.